Okay, this video is to highlight the importance of the rattle clips on a vehicle, the braking system. So, rattle clip on this vehicle. Here we have a piece of metal clip. This is part of the system that forms the rattle clip. Also, here, just giving you a better look. This right here forms part of the rattle clip system of the vehicle, and the caliper right here ties down the rattle clip so that whenever the disc pad is in the groove, just going to pull this up a little, pull up the caliper. So this is the caliper, the entire arrangement is the caliper. Alright, and it has this bottom section to it. So these are the disc pads. So you have one here, one there, and this right here. This forms part of the rattle clip system. Also this right here. And what's the purpose of the rattle clip? Well, the rattle clip arrangement helps to prevent the disc pad that is here, and this one here, from moving within the caliper system, so that whenever the car is driving, this disc pad does not hit against the caliper at that point or at this point to create a knocking sound. Now, if the rattle clip is not in place, whenever you're driving, the disc pad will float freely in the caliper, and this floating will cause the disc pad to hit against this section of the caliper or that section, or in some cases hit against the disc wheel, and this will create a knocking sound. Now this knocking sound can be very annoying, and it can sound as if your front end is bad. So this is how important the rattle clip is to prevent the disc pad from hitting against parts on the caliper system. This forms part of the caliper system, and the piece that is up here. Alright, so I am removing the disc pad. So use something to pry the disc pad away from the caliper. Removing the disc pad. So this is a disc pad, and here we have a part of the rattle clip on the disc pad itself. So this part is firmly fitted to the disc pad. Now there's another part of the rattle system that is here, right here. Now this part is pushed onto the caliper here, this lower end of the caliper, and you notice that it is flush to the caliper, and this should not be. So I am going to pry it up a little to give it some amount of space underneath here. So the space that is created will avoid any part of the disc pad from hitting against this, causing a knocking sound. Now if you notice, this part it has a space in between the caliper and the rattle clip. This is how we want this other part to look, so I'm going to fit it so that it looks like this one up here. Alright, so here we have some small ears. One is right here. This is one. Let me see if I can give you a better view. Okay, so this is one of the ears. Here's another one here, and up on this section, this is another part, and we have another part that is right here. Now these ears is there to assist, so that whenever you're pushing the disc pad into this section or into the slot, the ears assist in lining up the disc pad into the rattle clips itself, that is up here and down here. And don't forget please to replace the rattle clip that was removed from here. Now here we separated the piece that was attached to the disc pad here. So this piece of rattle clip that was attached to the disc pad. So we're going to replace this rattle clip, and this rattle clip is actually force fitted. So whenever you push it onto the disc pad, it is locked onto the disc pad. So here it's not very hard to go onto the disc pad, but whenever you put it on, it basically can come off freely here. So if you should tilt the disc pad in the other direction, the rattle clip will not fall off freely. So it is force fitted onto the disc pad here. And for the other disc pad that is on the other side here, it's the same arrangement. So I'm just explaining the one on this side because it's the same thing with the one on that side. Okay, so I am now replacing the disc pad. So I'm going to put the disc pad into the slot of the caliper before I refitted this part of the rattle clip onto the disc pad. So this is the easiest part to go on. So I'm going to first place the disc pad in the caliper in the slot. So as I have said before, you have to force fit the disc pad in the slot. You have to ensure that this part here is tucked into the lower section of the rattle clip, and then you push it down, and it will take some amount of effort to ensure that this is fitted in the right place. So here I'm just fitting the upper lobe of the disc pad into the rattle clip, and here we fit the disc pad in the rattle clip here and here. Now we're going to put the other half of the rattle clip on. So this is it. So we're just going to fit it onto the existing arrangement that is already there. So here, and as I said, this part is the easiest part to fit on. So there we go, it's already fitted. So the only thing left to do is to take the upper end of the caliper with the cylinder and push it down onto the disc pad. Alright, so I have a piece of wire here holding the upper end of the caliper to prevent it from falling, so that I have enough leverage and space to work. I'm just going to remove this piece of wire here. Just a quick fix. So here I am fitting back the upper end of the caliper onto the disc pad. Now you have to be careful how you fit this, because these teeth, you have to ensure that they go over the rattle clip properly and they do not bend anything. So here I am refitting, and if you notice here in this space, let me see if I can give a better view. This space here, there is this upper section of the rattle clip right here. This is it, and it is beneath here. So you have to ensure that you use something to pry it to give this space so that you can fit this section, so that this piece goes in between here and does not fit under here. So I'm just trying to get that in place now. Alright, let me just do this off video and then fit it back. Okay, so I did the clip off video because it was difficult to handle the camera along with the fitting up the arrangement. So here we have it. So it is now in between. The rattle clip here is now in between this section here, so we can freely push the top half of the caliper down. Alright, so here we have it down. So all we're going to do is to replace the bolt that was missing here, that I removed, so that I could lift this up and then that would be it. So just remember, the rattle clips, they are very important in that they prevent the disc pads from floating inside the caliper, and when the disc pad floats inside the caliper, it will hit against sections of the caliper, creating a knocking sound. So again, a general tip on Toyota Vitz. This generally for all vehicles, but because I'm working on a Toyota Vitz, I do this video for this vehicle. Thank you for watching again, and see you next time.